I'm here on the Grand Union Canal, Northampton, at Furnace Lane. Now I haven't fished here for probably 15 years maybe, but I'm going to show you a few tips on my approach to punch fishing and how you'll be able to put more fish in the net and have an enjoyable day's fishing. Now, one of the main tips when punch fishing is when you first put in the initial feed. Now, I've got mixed up here and knocked up the night before. That's polished punch crumb with a hinge of aniseed. Roach love aniseed, especially skimmers as well. Well, you've got large and small particles in there. It's been riddled off, and especially on the pull-on, when you get the pull-on canals with barges and that, the larger particles tend to hold the bottom a little bit better. You want some drifting off anyway because it will draw fish in. But the initial feed, you don't want to put a great big ball in like that because it's too much. You can't take out what you've put in. You don't want to put it in all loose because you're not sure it could carry off. You might suddenly cup it in and the canal starts to pull and it goes right the way out your peg. So I always start off with just a small squeeze, probably just a large walnut size. Kick it off with that, and that's the best way. Give it a squeeze, that'll go down and then break up, and you know it's gone to the bottom. Very simple and very effective. The most important part of your hook bait is that it's a compressed pellet, so it stays on your hook. It's very important. The punches I use are the Matrix ones. Come in a set of 4, 6, 8 and 10 mil. But what's unique about them is the shallowness of the actual punch. So what happens when I push down and twist it to get my pellet, it compresses it more. The deeper that the bread punch is, the worse it is for the hook, because it doesn't compress the pellet and therefore doesn't put it on the hook properly. You need to compress it. I mean, I roll my bread, so it just compresses it even more, pushes down. I've got a lovely pellet that you can even miss bites on and even catch 4 or 5 fish. So it's very important that the punches you're using are shallow so they compress your pellet. A very important part when fishing punch, and the way I fish it, is being positive. Now, I always fish a bulk or a small olivette. As you can see there, I've got a bulk of stots together just above my 6-inch hook length, and I've got one number 11 stot on my hook length, and it makes it very positive because with punch fishing you want to let straight in over your feed and you're looking for a bite straight away because it's instant, and that way it's so positive that if you've got it a strung out rig, they can take the bread off your hook and you won't see anything. So being positive, like the old style gudgeon fishing, bulk down, straight down to where your feed is, and you're looking for a bite straight away. Well, I've been fishing now for probably about 50 minutes, and I feel it's just time to refeed. And I've left it this long because I'm still getting bites, but it's just tailed off a little bit. So I'm going to refeed, and like I said, just a small little pinch. Not a great big ball, like that, just a small little pinch that I'm going to top up with, and hopefully that'll get more bites. Let's go over, same line that I cut the initial feed in, cup it in. I can see that going down there and opening up, and that hopefully should kick start it again. Very important, do not put too much in because you can't take out what you put in. Another very important tip is when you lay your rig in. Now I showed you the bolt rig that I'm fishing, and it's very important the way you lower it in because you can easily tangle. So what I do, I come over my feed with my rig, lower it down, keeping a straight line till the float wakes up, lift it afloat, or say lift it about 6-7 inches so you straighten out your hook bait to your bolt shot and then lower it into position. That way it's not tangled and you're looking for a bite straight away. And there we are, fish on. Very quick tip on your hook bait. I probably roll half a dozen slices, but I just take one out at a time, and as you can see how many punches I've done on that, it's probably 150 on there, and that's over an hour's worth. So you don't need lots of bread. Keep your other bread fresh in a bag and just take out one slice as you need it. And look, that's been over an hour's fishing, probably nearly 2 hours fishing. 150 punches on there, hopefully 150 fish in the net. There you are, a few hours punch fishing on the Grand Union Canal at Furnace Lane, Northampton. I hope you've enjoyed it and the tips. I've certainly enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the bank.